It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. It's basketball out in Brooklyn. Barclays Center is the venue. We'll see the Nets go up against the New York Knicks. For New York, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. Oh, let's head up to Kenny's neck of the woods. The Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn.
Both teams have a lot of work to do in order to become legit title contenders. Whose outlook, Kenny, do you think is more favorable for the
From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Back in Brooklyn, the Nets tip off the beginning of a homestand. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, the game between these two teams has always been special.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a ton of great games between them in the past. It's hard not to get amped up when they face each other. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Lyons, he's in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Sanders. And it's Green, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Here's New York. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Green, no luck.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Here's McCallum. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Lyons. And the Knicks miss again.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
And McCallum kicks to Young. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Green. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game.
Still looking for their first basket. 5 misses to start the game.
Feeds to Neal. Lopez, a screen on Anthony. Jumper off the screen. Shot's good by Neal. Neal's got his first 2 points of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And that one's good.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Nets leading by 3. Here's Bogdanovich. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
The Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's McCallum, defended by Lyons. From about 16. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. McCallum with the bucket. McCallum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Here's Lyons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
He's yours.
Anthony's got 3 assists tonight.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And New York making a change here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Sanders. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Roten subbed in for Green. And that one's good. Freak.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's McCallum. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Has to Kilpatrick. There's the pick. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Lyons the pass to Roten. Takes it from 10. Brooklyn with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carry the load for that team.
Without question, the starters can't do it all game long. You need that help from the reserves, and they got it in that one.
Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Clock at 2. Here's Lopez. No good. And New York will come the other way. 1:05 left in the first. Free dishes to Williams. New York, no good that time either.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. After the missed free from Derek Williams. And it's Lopez again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And it's Freak missing. Nets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Here's McCallum. Pass to Lopez. The 11-footer, and he gets the bucket.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested.
He's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Perry Jones comes in for Derek Williams. Green, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Roten. We've got Bogdanovich. McCallum is out there with Gary Neal. Then it's Young, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Nets trail by 4. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets was a major factor. He had 23 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. This was the latest chapter in what has been a stretch of very good outings for him. Will we see another one? Tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint us.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
McCallum. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim. They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Clark David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Kicks it to Neal. Nets passing it around. Puts up the baby hook. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Lopez. For New York, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Freak kicks to Lopez. There's the pass to Green. Lets the 3 fly. The shot is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Shot's good from Young.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You got to be aware of your clock and your situation. Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
You know, steadying themselves. After a tough start, they're back on track.
Here's McCallum. He's covered by Lyons. McCallum misses.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Anthony left side. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. And now it's an 8-point Knicks lead.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
That'll do it for the first half. Knicks out front. They lead.
Carmelo, I know.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. 10 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York looking at who they've got. Lions in at point guard. Anthony out there with Sanders. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Green in a 2-guard. And McCallum kicks to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Here's Neal. The wide open look here for Lopez. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
That's good. Lopez has got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
All sorts of time. That's short off the rim.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Outside Anthony.
Move the ball. Stick it to us.
He kicks it to Freak. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And 11 points for Freak.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's averaging 14 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Anthony. And it's a Flalo in for Gerald Green. A Flalo outside. Wide open look. And the basket good. And the Knicks lead by 14.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots.
There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Brooklyn's going to less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. There's the dish to Bogdanovich. Young against Anthony. And Young, here we go. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Anthony, the pass to Lyons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. 14 points for Freak.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
On its way from Neal for 2. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
That was Thaddeus Young getting in the way of the defense there. Really solidly done on the screen.
Misses. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks lead by 13. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Nets trail by 13. Bogdanovich out there with Young. And then there's Henry Sims. Then it's Gary Neal. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Neal kicks to Young. Three-pointer. Let's keep it alive. Sims. Good D by Lopez.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Roten dishes to Green. The feed to Carmelo. Pass to Lopez. Clock at 6. That's good. Green's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Knicks. Nets shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The 19-foot shot. The shot will not go. So New York will take it the other way. 4-on-3 break. Roten, the pass to Lyons.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And the Nets making a change here. Lopez is checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Harry Sanders is checked in for Tony Roten. Lopez a screen. On its way from Neal for 2. The Knicks pull it in. Sanders has got his 5th rebound in this one. He feeds it to Freak. Back to Sanders. Out left to the wing. Here's Lyons. Sinks the triple. And the Knicks lead by 20.
One aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
They need this. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Out to the right wing. Here's Lyons. And again, New York with the triple.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
To the left side wing. Here's Bogdanovich, covered by Anthony. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of. Just absolute domination in this one for Freak. He has 20 points. He's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And, Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
McCallum, he's checked in for the Nets. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for New York. And McCallum kicks to Lopez. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. They set the pick. Back to Lopez. From the baseline. It's rebounded by New York.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Wow, just look at that lead. Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent.
And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's foul number 2 for him. Both teams. So no problem for New York as they get the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Freak.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Raptors in Toronto. For the Raptors, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers. That's
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And you can feel the energy here at Air Canada Center. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. This, their first look at this year's New York squad. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
So the New York starting 5. Lyons, he's in at point guard. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. Here's Porzingis in the game against Sacramento. Very impressive. Outside Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
And thank you for that, Doris. And it's the Knicks with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket, and he gets it to go.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Sacramento.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And it's Freak missing. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Patterson kicks to Joseph. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Feeds to Joseph. Passes it to Patterson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Patterson's got his first bucket of the night.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Now here's Joseph. He's guarded by Afflalo. DeRozan in the corner. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Biombo, he's checked in for Valanciunas. And then for New York, Sanders comes in for Robin Lopez. And Roten subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. Biombo, the pass to Carroll. Patterson setting the pick for Joseph. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots it up. Some solid defense from Lions. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. From deep. Offensive rebound. Sanders. The shot no good. Raptors with the lead. Joseph with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. The pass to Carroll. Takes the 3. And again, Toronto no luck. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 43% since taking the floor today. Roten, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Lions. No luck. Now Toronto takes it the other way. .149 left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's Joseph, guarded by Lions. And there's the 3-second violations. Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. DeMar DeRozan on top.
And he is not a wasteful player. That much we've learned. I mean, he makes the most of the good looks he gets. And if it's not there, he's not going to force a bad shot.
Yeah, and he's efficient and he's intelligent in his shot selection. You're exactly right there, but don't take away from the fact that he's a tremendous pure shooter as well. Even when he's got a hand right in his face, I mean, he makes tough shots.
Now Joseph following the 3-point attempt by Freak.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
To stop the drought. Tries again. And he sinks the layup.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And the Raptors miss again. The Knicks with the lead. That's good from Roten on the assist by Williams.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. There's a screen for 3. Ross. Rebound by Williams.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Freak kicks to Williams. Here's Lions. And he's good on the 3-ball. Freak's got a couple of 3s now in the first for New York.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on.
And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky.
Patterson Clark exactly for Luis Scola. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Ross. And then for New York, Sanders checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Derek Williams. And Freak subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. DeRozan out there with Corey Joseph. And it's Carroll in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He had 23 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Shoots off the screen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Out to the right wing. And Sanders kicks to Roten. The dish to Freak. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Take a look at the game for Freak. He's got 11 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well. Seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Pass to DeRozan. Now here's Joseph. Defense right on him. Nice work there coming off the screen. Carroll's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. New York leading by 4. Anthony in the corner. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And that one's good. Roten's got 5 now.
Again, on a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great. Position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Joseph dishes to Carroll. Goes up again, and it's good on the way in. 6 points for Joseph.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And it's Freak missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
He feeds it to Roten. Pass to Spates. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Joseph. DeRozan. No good. And the first half.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Freak really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but you never know. It could be a special night for him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Lyons, he's in at the point. Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Aflalo in at the 2 spot. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. In the corner, it's Patterson. Plenty of space. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Over to the wing. Anthony, the pass to Lyons. The rebound by Patterson.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Releases. Kept alive by New York. Anthony. Dishes to Freak. A second chance effort. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Freak's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Screen by Valanciunas. Valanciunas with a screen on Aflalo. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Valanciunas has got the lead. Back up to 2 now for the Raptors. Freak with it. Picked up by Joseph. Lyons the pass to Porzingis. To the paint. And Freak throws it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And there's the feed to Carroll. Kicks it to Joseph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range. It's rebounded by New York.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
Freak kicks to Anthony. Feeds it to Freak. And a miss there on the triple.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Now here's Joseph. Defended by Lyons. Screened by Valanciunas. Joseph dishes to Patterson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Aaron Aflalo.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Ross in for Damari Carroll. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis, and Derek Williams subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Stolen by Joseph. Now the Raptors moving it up. Joseph leading the charge.
What are you doing? Stay down.
It's his first trip to the line.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Biombo, he's checked in for Toronto. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Here's Lyons. Carries it from 3-point range. Freak's got 9 points here in the second half.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Scola. And the Raptors miss again. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Lyons. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Joseph with the ball. Out defended by Freak. Doubled by Roten. DeRozan passes to Biyombo. The layup missed.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Roten kicks to Freak. His three-pointers off the mark. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
He kicks to Sanders. Roten dishes to Freak. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
He's frigid from 3. I don't know what's worse, that he can't hit anything from out there or that he keeps on trying to.
Screen by Scoa. Ross with a wide open look. No good on the triple. The Knicks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. For the lead. And it falls over the rim and in. 7 points for Roten. Toronto trailing. And Joseph kicks to Ross. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Left side, DeRozan. He dishes it to Ross. And again, Toronto no luck. The Knicks have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Here's Lyons. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. The Raptors making a switch here. Lee's checked in. And then for New York, Spates checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's a Flalo in for Roten. Freak kicks to Spates. Here's Freak. He's got 21. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. New York ahead as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Knicks leading by 5. Terrence Ross is out there with DeRozan. Then it's David Lee. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Valanciunas in its center. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Lyons. And Lee pulls it down.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now. That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
To the middle. Here's DeRozan. Anthony with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Freak kicks to Anthony. Off the screen. And right through it goes. And the Knicks lead by 5.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Ross. Up off the screen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And the Raptors making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Robin Lopez is checked in for New York. Here's Anthony. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
DeRozan passes to Ross. Drills it from outside.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
The Knicks leading by 3. And a wide-open look for Freak. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's Ross. Tight defense on him. And again, Toronto with the triple.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Freak kicks to Lopez. Passes it to Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. And it's Freak missing.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And a wide open look for Valanciunas. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Corey Joseph's checked in for Ross.
Corey Joseph.
New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the pass to Carmelo. The dish to Freak. Here's Porzingis. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And the Knicks lead by 2.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
And it's DeRozan missing. Knicks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And that one's good. Freak.
Easier to go strong to the hoop, but I tell you what, when you feel it, take it from deep.
Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Joseph dishes to DeRozan. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Greg does not get much tougher than that. Tough defense, high pressure situation, clutch play. I love it.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. The shot's good from Lopez.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
And DeRozan. Here we go. It's deflected. They get it back. That's good. And here's Freak. 1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. No luck.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Joseph with the ball. Now defended by Freak. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Here's a follow. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Patterson's got his 5th rebound in this one. And DeRozan kicks to Patterson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Now it's just a 3-point Knicks lead.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
It goes straight through with the switch. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your dance time.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, it's Toronto converted.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
That's good. And the Knicks lead by 5.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Another miss by DeRozan.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
And they go to the intentional foul. And here are the Knicks now. It's a 5-point game, and he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Patterson. No good. The Knicks go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Lyons. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Freak's got 30.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this one.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg.
Lead. So it's New York picking up the win. They seem to relish.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan player freak.
They kept feeding him the basketball, and he did not disappoint. For the guys guarding him, it was a long, long night.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Why couldn't their defense find a way to stop you tonight?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask them that. I just took what they gave me and was fortunate enough to get some buckets. So no complaints here.
Was this game a little too close for comfort?
I mean, I didn't want to rub it in too much, you know. I did what I had to do to make sure we won, and that's it. Nah, I'm kidding, man. Look, don't be putting that on y'all bulletin boards, all right? They just kept it close, and we managed to pull it off in the end. Not much else to talk about.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when are you going to get her a ring?
Okay, wow. We turning this press conference into an episode of As the Freak Turns or something? Because I know you didn't just go from talking basketball to asking me when I'm going to propose to the most beautiful girl in the world. Hi, baby. I know you're listening, Yvette. So let's just say that she knows exactly where we stand, and the rest ain't none of your business. All right? That's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you.